It is Friday and I have 2 more days left in China. And I'm kind of sad because I have to leave. But it's okay. All good things have to come to an end. So I guess I'll just make the best of the last 2 days. But yeah, so. Hello! Welcome back to my channel. Now, since you're here, please go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you already have, thank you. Now hit the bell so that you get notifications when I post more videos. So in my previous video, if you haven't seen it already, go ahead and check it out. I was talking about my favorite things about China, and in this video, I'm gonna talk about my least favorite things about China. So my first thing, and I talked about this in my previous video about being one of my favorite things because I got used to it, but it was really, really annoying when I first got to mainland China. Let me differentiate that because like I said, in Hong Kong, it was very diverse, so I didn't have this problem. But when I got to the mainland is when I noticed this. They stared a lot. There was a lot of staring. But I also noticed that the staring wasn't from younger people or like people my age or younger. It was more from the older generation. So I guess they didn't really, there are people who had, obviously they've seen black people on TV and commercials and stuff and in movies, but they probably have never seen one in real life. So they were constantly staring. And at the beginning, it just made me so uncomfortable. And like I said, eventually I started enjoying it. But it wasn't the kind of staring that was, like you look at them and they look away. It was the kind of staring where they kept looking at you even when you looked at them. There was one lady that told my brother that he wanted to touch my hair or he liked my hair or something in Chinese, which at that point I was, feeling like a celebrity. So I was gonna be like, hey, go ahead and touch it. But she didn't touch it. There was a guy on my last day before I left. He literally stopped his truck in the middle of the road while I was at the bus stop. He was like this. Like just staring at me in the middle of the road. Like he could have caused an accident. And so I look up and I look at him and I see him staring. So I wave and he smiles and he waves back and he just pulls away. That was the good thing about that too, is that no one was being like judgmental, I don't think, as far as their staring. It was more of, oh, I've never seen this person before. I've never seen this type of person before. So they were staring, but I didn't ever feel like the people that were staring at me were judging me in a bad way or like, judging me, period. Because every time that I either waved at them or I smiled, they smiled back or they waved back. So that was nice. My second least favorite thing, and I just cannot stand this, was spitting. Oh, spitting. Oh. People spit a lot, and not like oh, everywhere, like everywhere. Young people, old people, like everywhere. There was spit, like I would look on the ground and there'd be spit in places, and I'm the type of person, if you spit and I see it, it makes me want to spit because I want to throw up. It was really bad. Ugh, I need to get a drink because now I'm like, ugh. 1 second. Yeah, I have to wash that off. So the spitting was really bad. Obviously I didn't take any pictures or videos of spitting. That would have been really, really, really bad. But let me just tell you, people spit a lot. And I think that's because of the third thing I didn't really like about China, was probably because people smoke a lot. I think I don't really know anybody that smokes. And for a lot of, I feel like for the past few years, a lot of people who used to smoke have stopped smoking, or maybe because of the whole Juul thing. What is that thing called? The thing with this, with the flavors. I just know Juul, but I don't know what generally they're called. Smoky thingies? We'll just call them smoky thingies just because I don't know what they're called. What are they called? You know what they're called, whatever. Anyway, I think because of that, I don't really see people, physically with cigarettes smoking, once in a while, but I don't ever see people. So it was really strange when I kept seeing everywhere that I went, and it wasn't even like smoking in like open areas, even in closed areas people smoked. It was everywhere, and it was really disgusting. Also, I really didn't like that there were a lot of restrictions. So here in America, we don't really have any restrictions as far as usage of our phones or internet. We can go on Google, we can go on any website, you know, and no one cares. Even websites we're not supposed to be going on. And the government doesn't regulate that. But in China, they do. On mainland China, they do. I didn't have this problem in Hong Kong. I could get on Snapchat, I could get on Google, I can get on WhatsApp, which is like the main app that I use to chat with my friends. But when I got to mainland China, all of those things didn't work. So I couldn't get on Snapchat, I couldn't get on WhatsApp, which is very strange because I don't understand what WhatsApp has to do with anything. I couldn't get on any social media, so I couldn't get on Facebook, I couldn't get on Instagram, I couldn't get on Snapchat. And those are the three main ones that I use, and then I couldn't get on WhatsApp either. You have to have like a VPN in order to, you know, be able to visit those sites. So obviously my brother has one, so I was able to, at the end of the day, get on these sites. But had I gone to China by myself without like him living there, I wouldn't have known about this VPN thing, and I wouldn't have been able to, you know, access any of the social media stuff, which obviously we're kind of addicted to social media, so you know, we need to check. I mean, I need to check if my 2 viewers have watched my views. But yeah, it was a little strange because the times where it didn't work, like when I was out and about and the VPN would turn off or something, I felt like, oh my god, my world is about to end. What if someone sent me a message and I can't read it? So that was something that I didn't really like. Obviously, they have their reasons for blocking these sites, but it's not something that I'm ready for. As advanced as they are, I want to be able to go and visit these platforms if I want to, and I don't want government interference. Sorry.